And it is political administrations that come up with policies. And William Ruto's policies have failed the people of Kenya. Just like it has failed the people of Nandi, it has failed the people of Lunyanza, it has failed the people of Nairobi, it has failed the people of Central. It has failed Kenyans. But legacy politics.
Welcome back to Amana Media. My name is Celestine Wendia. I'll be your host for today. We'll be talking about how lawyer and Safina Deputy Leader Willis Otieno delivered a scathing critique of President William Ruto administration, accusing it of severe human rights violations. He was referring to last year when a lot of people were abducted during the rejecting of the finance bill. That is the Maandamano period. He said that Ruto should be held accountable for the government's actions. So far, we have seen nothing.
And it is political administrations that come up with policies. And William Ruto's policies have failed the people of Kenya. Just like it has failed the people of Nandi, it has failed the people of Lunyanza, it has failed the people of Nairobi, it has failed the people of Central. It has failed Kenyans. But legacy politicians will prefer that you discuss our governance based on tribal lenses that we must reject. They talk about that William Ruto is okay to go and launch a transformer. You see, legacy politics. They want you to reduce a discussion on energy as purely a light bulb. When you are discussing energy and intervention in the energy sector, you should be talking about what is the number of megawatts we are producing per year as a country. What is the surplus?
He highlighted issues such as abductions and killings, stating any impeachment motion we should be discussing in this country is the impeachment of William Ruto. He also went ahead to school Senator Cherargei on national TV, and when he say he did it like he was teaching a slow learner in class 2. The discussion switched from different topics, one being about sugar companies not paying debt to their farmers, which is unfortunate considering how many Kenyans rely on these companies for their own livelihood.
When we say,
you think back and Cherargei,
these are legacy politicians. We are used to their talk. But the most important thing about the sugar factory leasing, they are claiming here that the debts were retired. Just do as the Business Daily yesterday. Put here, Sony Sugar farmers are up in arms over pending 319 million owed to them. I'm a sugar farmer. I supply to Chemelil, Moroni, and Kibos. And I can tell you I'm owed more than 5 million from those companies. Leave Kibos alone. Let's now speak to Chemelil land. So if they are claiming that they've settled the farmers' debts, I will be a rich man today. I'm not. Some of my debts are falling back over 5 years ago, not been paid. But the legacy politicians don't want to discuss the key issue that I'm talking about. The issue I'm talking about is the manner in which you've leased out this asset. When you give somebody a 30-year lease, the person is almost 60-something, 68, 70. He's bought it for his life. And where is the interest of the farmer? Why didn't you come up with a model? And he asked us about solutions. Why didn't you come up with a model in which you say the farmers who are the owners of the local nucleus also have a buy-in, have some level of ownership? Do, for example, a rights issue. Say the strategic investor takes 30%, the farmers take 30%, the government takes 30%, and the rest you open up to the rest of the country so that we all get ownership. Sugar is a product that is consumed every morning in every Kenyan household. Why give it to an individual and not come up with a model that incorporates even the farmers, those who've sacrificed for this? The second thing I want to say, when I listen to Cherargei speak, he keeps talking about that we've given your son CS Treasury, we've given your son CG First CDF. Please, you've not given anybody's son those positions. Yesterday, in Otieno Secondary School, there was a poor grandmother. Otieno is just next to Mbadi's home. It's in Homa Bay, but Mbadi's home is in Migori, in same Homa Bay, where Mbadi comes from the CS Treasury. That grandmother was sitting in Otieno Mixed Secondary School trying to sell 5 chicken to offer to the principal as school fees for her children. So what is the benefit of that, what you claim to be CS Treasury is given to Jaluo, and yet the common man on the street, the common Jaluo on the street, is struggling to even pay school fees to feed herself. She had to carry 5 live chicken to school as school fees. And here they are telling you, now Jaluos should celebrate, we are now in government. When Mark Nyamita, legacy politician, talks about that we've had if this is the first time that laws are being given positions in government, this is the first time that you have wrote.
No,
please, let me say this.
He spoke about roads in his area.
Roads in his area. I'm coming to that. We talk about roads in his area. Let's go to Oruba in Migori, where he comes from. Go to Rapogi.
Yeah.
The roads he's talking about. Yeah. Which are these roads that are being done, that have never been done before? When were laws never in government? And this gaslighting by legacy politicians, we must stop it. There is no time that you can tell me that laws have never been in government. The government belongs to all Kenyans.
Kenyans online erupted. Some even joked that Willis was more of a Nandi senator than the senator himself was. Otieno's remarks have resonated with many Kenyans, particularly in Nandi County, where residents have expressed dissatisfaction with their current senator, Cherargei. Cherargei has faced criticism for his controversial statements, including advocating for exclusion of some non-Nandi individuals from county employment. I don't know when tribalism became quite a thing in Kenya. That was something that most people believe that odd people are doing. Nowadays, it isn't that much of a big deal. And for a political leader to stand up and say something like this, nowadays, it doesn't quite matter which tribe you belong to. As long as you are doing the work, Kenyans are satisfied with that. They just need to see work being done. In contrast, Otieno's forthrightness and commitment to justice have led some to view him as a more fitting representative for the region, rather than having leaders who don't even know what they are talking about. He also said so far that the current president is not fulfilling his promises. Some things like the high cost of living should take priority. He should know. He should come up with measures to discuss that, rather than going on and launching different projects that Kenyans feel are not needed right now, saying that this is like guaranteeing him a one-term presidency.
When we say, and Cherargei talks very well, that we have put 200 housing units in Nandi, so the Nandi people should clap for him. The population of Nandi County is 885,711. A legacy politician wants you to celebrate and clap for 200 housing units that cost 2 billion Kenya shillings. I mean, let's be serious. What is the impact of having 200 housing units in Nandi County against a population of 885,711? My response will be, what you should be focusing on is how do you empower the people of Nandi to be able to access credit facilities that they can put up decent and dignified housings for themselves. And one thing that stops many Kenyans from accessing capital is because their government is illegally in the market, borrowing from the domestic market at high interest rates, and it blocks the people of Nandi from acquiring or accessing mortgage facilities, because when they go there, they are told their mortgage is 20%. They can't afford it. And they are borrowing to go and put up 200 units in Nandi. That is negligible. It is nonsense. It's a mockery to the people of Nandi who are 885,711, and they only put up 200.
Otieno's emphasis on national unity and human rights stands in stark contrast to Cherargei's ethnocentric rhetoric, prompting calls for more inclusive and principled leadership. And let's be honest, in a time where many politicians dance around tough issues where they don't want to talk about it, Willis Otieno's fire and fearlessness is refreshing. Agree or not, he came prepared, and he came spitting facts. So what do you think? Did Willis Otieno speak for the people? Was Cherargei out of his depth? In summary, Willis Otieno's Citizen TV interview has not only intensified scrutiny of President Ruto administration, but also ignited conversations about the quality of representation in Nandi County, with many advocating for leaders who prioritize justice and inclusivity. That brings us to the end of our segment. Tell us what you think in the comments below. I have been your host, Celestine Wandia.